Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kyle. Just gonna do a quick little update here on the Evo. And if you guys might have heard, past few weeks there, I had a bit of issues with my green rims that I had on the car. Had an issue balancing them, etc., and there was a wobble on the front end. And in the midst of all that, I took it into Mitsubishi to get some work done, basically, like to check, make sure that there was nothing serious, like if it was like lower ball joints, etc. Like the shop was trying to blame it on, because originally I bought these tires. They're called Hyeta. I got them from Halifax Car Audio, and as soon as I got these on, I started having issues with the front end. Like driving down the highway, like instantly, like at 100 to I think 110 to and up, it started wobbling really violently in the wheel, like just in the steering wheel. So I was like, okay, maybe the tires are out of balance, no big deal. So I took them in, got them rebalanced multiple times, and the problem didn't go away. So I went to Fidel, the guy that sold me the tires, and told him what was up, and he's like, oh, there's probably just something wrong with the front end. So he took a look at it, and he said that it's probably maybe a tie rod, or my lower ball joints were going. The only thing is, the car was fine right up until I got these tires on it, and these are they're a very solid tire. They're like tread wear pattern of like 320 or something like that, I think it was. Yeah, as soon as I got these tires on, started having that weird problem with the car. Had the car rebalanced a bunch of times and aligned just to make sure that it wasn't that problem. When I first got the green rims and these tires, I had everything balanced and aligned, so like there was no problem there. Obviously I was just doing like basically building up a case against these tires. Still have them obviously, so it's still ongoing, but just a little heads up for anyone that deals with Mitsubishi here in Halifax, Dartmouth or Halifax. Me and a lot of the guys in the Mitsubishi community, I should say, have been noticing a lot of issues going to them with their service. For example, like this is a $70,000 car up here in Canada. I roll in there, I say, hey, there's something wrong, could you take a look at it? And they just go, oh no, it's probably just this, and then they don't even take a wheel off or anything. That's pretty lame there. It's not very good service at all, especially for a paying customer like me. The other thing, for what happened to me in particular, is this front right Brembo. When I had the green rims on, there was very little clearance between the Brembos and the rim. And as you can see here, there's very little clearance between the Brembo and the rim as it is. So about half the distance of that was actually clearing on the other aftermarket rims. And when I brought the car in and got it balanced, they balanced the rims, and then they put weights all along the inside of the rim here where you should normally put it, right? To properly balance it. The only problem is when they did that, it didn't clear the brakes. So when it didn't clear the brakes and I went out for a drive, obviously the weights weren't on the rim anymore, and I took a look at my brake caliper, and they fixed it as best they could. But if you see there, like in the very corner, you can see like a difference in paint and almost like an edge right there where you see those two dimples where that bolt goes through. To the right of that, there's like a gouge out of the brake caliper itself. And if any of you guys know how much these calipers would cost, they're about $1,500 from the dealership themselves. And when I took it in, I was like, hey, so what's up with this here? You guys damaged my caliper after doing the work on the car. They went and tried to say that because the car is lowered and because I had aftermarket rims, that's why there was damage to the calipers and that they couldn't cover it. So I don't know about you, but last time I checked, the suspension has nothing to do with the distance of the rim from the caliper and the capability of a mechanic to be able to put weights on a circular rim and have it clear the brake caliper, which they know is a high performance part and know has very little clearance to start out with. So when they said that, I was like, that's garbage. The suspension has nothing to do with it. Then they tried to blame it on the aftermarket rims, saying, hey, you have aftermarket rims on, so we can't cover it. And I was like, why not? And they're like, well, because there's rim flex, and the rim must have flexed, and it caused the weights to come in and hit the caliper, which is a big load of shit. Like, I can't even choose another word for that. Like, if the rim is flexing that much to the point where it's actually striking the caliper and gouging it down to bare metal like that, my rims would have been broken, and I wouldn't be here in this state right now. And for them to say that, like, this is their parts manager saying this, and I found that was really, really, really lame. So I went and I talked to a couple friends, and then they talked to their people, and then I went back to Mitsubishi and I talked to them again about it. And well, now the rim, or the brake caliper, is fixed. So and I didn't have to pay for it. Now, I'm not too big on the job that they did. Like, it is like 2 different colors of paint. Almost looks like maybe they didn't seal one side of it, maybe. But it's a little bit lighter than the actual Brembo red, but it's not as visible as what they did before. They had already tried to fix it before, and all they did, they took paint match marker off of a burgundy car and then just drew in the line where the caliper was damaged, and it's all the way down, so it's from right up here all the way down to the bottom, right down there, and you could see there just how deep it goes. I hope the camera's picking it up, but yeah, it's a pretty bad mark. It was right down to bare metal. So they finally fixed it at least, and it looks okay, so it's gonna do for now. But if it ever does start like peeling or anything like that, or ends up getting worse, I'm definitely gonna be going back, and they're gonna be getting me a new caliper, because nobody should have to go in there, get work done on their car, and then have it not guaranteed by the dealership. If they can't guarantee it by the dealership, there's something going on there, and it's pretty sure that is not in their best interest to have customers coming in and saying that their work is shit and they don't guarantee their work. So very, very low blow on Mitsubishi's part, but so far I've won, and we'll see how it goes from there. Other than that, guys, that's the big battle that I've had with the car there recently. The shake's kind of gone, like the wheels were a little bit out of balance. I put these ones back on because I actually curved my other rim, and I'm getting it repainted now, just touched up back into the green. Selling those green rims as well, along with the winters for this. So I got a lot of stuff on the go. The other thing that I really want to do, putting the car away for winter. I got a winter beater. I bought an 05 Ford Ranger FX4, so it's got 4-wheel drive on it. Nothing fancy, just something that I know that would get me around for the winter and would be reliable. I'll do a little bit of a review on that so you guys can check that out, see what I got. Other than that, I got the thing that I want to do on the car for the winter. I'm really, really looking at buying a wide body kit for the car. Just set it off from the other Evos around. Gonna be getting hub-centric spacers so that I don't have this ridiculous inward motion of the wheels here. I really, really don't like the looks of that on the Evo. It sucks. And it looks amazing when the rims and the tires are flush with the fenders. So once I get the, if I get the wide body kit, I really, really hope I do, I'll be able to afford to get the wide body kit on and the hub-centric and make it just flush and look amazing. So I'm really looking forward to that, hoping that works out this year. The other thing, I still have to turn this poor valve around. The car really doesn't like it when it's on the highway and cruise control is operating the throttle. It really shudders a lot at low speeds, at low, when the throttle adjusts in slight increments. The car really does not like it. So I really got to turn that around. I got to stop procrastinating on that. Other than that, guys, let me know what you guys think of any of that. If any of you guys have had problems with dealers and have won, or are having problems and you're not winning and you need some advice, just let me know. I've been through a lot with these dealers around here in Halifax, and you guys should never ever have any problems when you go to a dealer. It's your money. If they're saying we can't possibly do that, just remember at the end of the day, it's not their money that they're spending, it's the company's money. And if they're getting you to pay for stuff, that's your hard-earned money and not theirs, right? So don't let them ever talk you into saying, oh, well, I guess, yeah, you're right. It's not fair. Screw them. It's not their money. Make them pay for it, because it's all your guys' hard work that bought this stuff and you guys love it. So, yep. Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.